I'm sure you've seen these type of videos. And if you've ever wondered how to do it, I'm here to show you how. Before we get into it, there's a few things you need to do in pre before you get into the post. First thing, you have to shoot this on the tripod. The less things that move in your scene, the better. Second, you need something in your scene or your frame that has definitive lines where you can cut or crop off. In my case, it was the wall, but in your case, it might be something different. It could be a door frame, it could be a bridge, it could be a house, it could be a car, it could be anything, literally anything. So after you've chosen your scene, you've composed your shot, my third recommendation would be to do it quick. You don't want a lot changing in your scene. You don't want the sun to dip behind a cloud and changing your lighting. You don't want things moving too fast or too much in your scene that your audience notices the change when it happens. Just set up your shot, try to get everything in one take, and that's it. The rest we'll do in post. So let's go. I'm gonna generate optimized media for this because I want the files to run smoother. I should have done this before. Sorry. This is a video that I'm gonna use. Here's the bicycle by itself. Then I jump in and I do my stuff. And remember, this is me trying to gauge, without even knowing where I was in the scene, where I would imagine that I was gonna be as a giant person. And then kind of mimicking the action that I thought I was gonna do, which was jump over the wall and land in front of the bike and then run back to it and just dip out. First things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the entire video starting from here, which has an empty plate of the bicycle. And I'm gonna start it there. And I'm just gonna let this play out until the end, until when I'm happy, which is right around there. And I'm gonna exit out. From here, what I wanna do is I wanna pick this part. This part is not as long as I needed to. I needed it to be a couple of seconds longer than what it was. So what I can do in this specific moment is go ahead and I am going to freeze frame. And I'm gonna take this frame, I'm gonna make it as long as I want to or as long as I need. Since nothing is changing here, the clouds are really moving and nothing is really happening here, I could pass this off as a freeze frame, and since there's something that's gonna be happening up here, which is where I'm gonna be, you won't notice the change down here because nothing is actually changing. And that's why I said pick a location or pick a scene that doesn't have a lot of change on it, because it's gonna make your life much easier in post. So I would say that I'm gonna cut this here, react, and then let this play out until maybe around where I jump. So I would say here is like the point where I cross over the wall. So this is the entire video. I'm gonna put it over the other one. So what I'm gonna do now is that this video, we're gonna mask it out. You're gonna go into your effects and you're gonna choose your mask. This is my reference here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and draw points around it. This is what you wanna do. You wanna create a mask. Once you create a mask, let this play out. Let's see how it looks. Boom. We're in the scene. And there we go. And that's it. It's just as easy as that. It's just one quick switch between one and the other. There's a minimal light change there. We can take care of that with a light color grade. So after you slap on a color grade on this, a little tweak here and there, and then the end result is. So there you go, have fun with it. The applications of this are endless. They could be fun or they could also be practical. For example, that guitar back there, it doesn't really need to be there. If you're shooting an interview or something important and you forgot that there was something there and you can remove it in post, then you can use the same techniques that we've been talking about in this video to kind of do something like that. So keep an open mind and stay creative, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Just taking a plate of that so that I can crop it out later. It's fundamentals of education. Yeah.